Hey everybody, welcome to my channel. I'm Stacy. Today I'm going to be doing the Bookish Reset Tag. Number 1, what made you realize you needed a reading reset? So the month of June, I just picked a bunch of flops, I guess, and it just was not it. I just was like, no. I normally read more of like thrillers and historical fictions and diverse readers. That month I didn't read anything that I normally would read on my own. So I think that made me feel like I need to reset and get back to what I normally would gravitate towards. Because I, this year, have been throwing myself into a lot of fantasy books, and that's not my normal genre. Number 2, how would you describe your reading mood in 3 words right now? I would say I'm determined. I'm actually focused. I'll say not overwhelmed, but I'm getting over the mountain with it. Number 3, what's one reading habit you're leaving behind? I don't want to read more than 2 books at a time until I have like only a couple pages left in one book. You know what I mean? Because I can't go from reading 100 pages in this book, 100 in this, 100 on my e-reader. I usually read like 80% of a book, and then I tag on and start reading a little bit more, and then I finish that book. So not piling the books on and just like reading them like that. I don't like that. What's one reading habit you're bringing into this new season of reading? I want to stick to a category of one author and knock them out like I normally would do, like I did with all the Tia Williams books. Knocked out. This lady, I own 2 of her books, knocked them out. I got sidetracked whenever I did that Tom Hop coffee shop. And then she had 2 other books, but they were all different seasons and different categories, and they just didn't fit my mood. So that kind of broke up my pattern. Like, I still have Lisa Jewell books that I want to read. I have a couple Colleen Hoover. I have a couple of Frida McFadden books. And knock out that complete task is better for me. Number 5. Which unread books are you most excited to finally pick up? So it was not pulled in my TBR this month, but it is called The Rose Bargain. And I've been wanting this book for about since it came out. It's a pretty book. And I just want to read this. I want to read it. So I'm going to read this one real soon. I might bring it with me to the book retreat, which is this weekend. Which book has been sitting on your TBR list the longest? Off the rip, I would say the book that's been on my TBR, one of the longest books, is that book, Did You Hear About Kitty Carr? And this is a Crystal Smith Paul book that I have on my shelf. And I need to read that book this year because I'm tired of looking at that book. I bought that like at my first Ollie book haul. Number 7, what's one genre you want to read more of? So I have not been reading many. Okay, so this is my normal reading. I like thrillers, I like romance, I like historical fiction, I like literary fiction. Those are my top 4. I want to read more of, right now I feel like I've been lacking in my thrillers. Like I need to pick back up the speed with the thrillers. Okay, number 8. What's one genre you're taking a break from? I think I'm taking a break from the fantasy, even though I said I want to read this book. And I am going to read it. But I guess like the YA fantasy is just something that's just, that YA ain't hitting like it's supposed to. I guess young adult books, that's just boring right now for me. Number 9. Physical books, Kindle, audiobooks, which one is going to help you reset? I like physical books. I don't do audiobooks. And Kindle, that's like my book when I'm reading at night. So I do have a book going on Kindle, and I'm in the bed and I want to read, and I don't want to use my reading light. Number 10, what's one of the books that remind you why you love reading? Jasmine Guillory books that remind me why I love reading. So I think I want to read her book, which I should have already read this book already, The Wedding Dates. That's not my TBR for this month, but I'm pulling it out. And I like a good memoir. I haven't read many memoirs this year either. I do have Brandy's memoir. I have Mariah Carey's memoir. And that's it with the memoirs that I need to get to this year. And then Colleen Hoover. I know people hate her for whatever reason. She got me into starting reading big because this was so simple. And the simple readings of hers just make me feel like I'm smart, I guess. Her and then Frida McFadden. Those books are just mindless for me. And they just are silly books. So I want to read that book that gets me out of like seriousness of reading. Name an author you can always count on. And I just said that. The Frida McFadden book, she's not going to miss. I feel like Jasmine Guillory is not going to miss. Colleen Hoover, she don't miss with me. Even though she be talking crazy in them books, she ain't going to miss for me. Auto buy. And Lisa Jewell, that's that girl too. She good. She good with me. 12. What's one bookish purchase that has improved your reading life? Okay. I really love my book lights. Like, they help me a lot at night. I like my little shirts too. They get me in the mood and they cute. I love all my bookish shirts. What's one realistic reading goal you're letting go of? One is I keep putting myself on a book buying ban, and that don't work. Every time I say that, I go run down and buy books. So the goal of not buying any new books is just out. I keep buying the books, so that's not realistic for me. What's one realistic goal for next month? Okay, so I had these 2 books from the library. Absolutely not. And no. So these are going back today. I read this book, and this book is just... This book had a lot going on. It just drops you off in the middle of nowhere, and you're just like, okay. And it's giving Sinners. I didn't like that movie, Sinners. I'm just one of the millions that everybody else liked it. I didn't like it. And Get Out. But I'm just like, you're doing a lot. I don't have that much hate build up in me. And it's a lot of killing and it's dark humor and it's hunting. I just don't. It ain't my type of book. No. The characters didn't connect. They had like 3 main characters and they just all were just all over the place to me. And I just did not like the cover. Nothing about this book that I like. The subject was heavy and the story was too short. It was just the chapters were long. No, I did not like this book. Going back to the library. This one, I have it, and the aesthetics of this book is great. Ooh, my bookmark. The aesthetics of this book is great. It's just not something that I am typically gravitating towards because this is, again, another fantasy book, and it ain't my speed. So I'm glad I didn't buy it. It's going back to the library. So that is that. Let me see. So this number 15. What's one realistic reading goal for next month? I'm going to stick to these books that I picked to read this month. So this is realistic. This was in my TBR for July, along with these books, which I already am returning these, and I'm sticking to these books as well. So that's realistic, but I'm about to bring these back to the library right now. That's why I was going with that. So describe your ideal reading day. I just want to read all day without being interrupted with my snacks. And if it's raining, or just like laid out and just have a lazy day of reading, no interruptions, no phone, none of that. Number 16. What's one bookish trend you're trying this season? I don't really keep up with the trends, so I don't know. I guess me being a romance reader, just trying to read all romance, that's something that I've been trying to do, but you can see that ain't working for me. I can't keep up with the trends. And then buying all the newest books that came out 2026. When I see them on sale, I bought the book. So, which book friend or creator has inspired your reading lately? So, it's a bunch of people. So, number 1, my smartest book friend in my head, it's the favorite reader. That girl be reading those books like I just feel like she's speaking Spanish. And I'm like, huh? What? Like, I am not even on her level of reading, because what she picks out is something that just in her brain that she goes towards, and I just admire that so much. It's just so cool how she talks about those books and just make you feel like, girl, you didn't read all this. You're doing the Lord's work. So the favorite reader, she inspires me. I really love how Eliza with all of her it's different things what people do that just like sticks to me, and I just take it with me. I'm like, oh, this is so cool. She's just a cool person. Eliza, she claims she's an introvert. She don't do people. I don't do people either, but get her talk about books. She talks about the books. So that's just like something that a lot of book people have in common. Who else can I say? I like Lauren and Ben because they read a little bit of everything, even though their main one is horror, and they just keep up with the trends. She does, and then he does his own thing. So that inspires me in my reading. Like, okay, let me go ahead and get this book that I normally wouldn't read in horror, or something that's just so different than what I normally would read. Who else? So that's my top 3. I say favorite reader. It would have to be, even though I don't read any books like her books, but I do admire her, and she inspires me. Eliza with her and her book shopping and going to the library and just like being true to herself. That's cool. Ben and Lauren. Who else that's been reading that I've really been watching? I think that is pretty much, well, a bunch of y'all. Everybody. I watch y'all channel. I comment on them, and y'all just keep them coming. Keep those videos coming. Y'all inspire me to keep doing this type of stuff. And also, y'all, we have kind of the same books. Like, if y'all have the same book as me, I'm going to read that with you or read it by you. Like, I know you read it and you liked it, or you didn't like it, and I'm still going to read it. So that's just something. Show your current stack of books. I just showed y'all my current stack of books. And that is these books. Blood Over Bright Haven, Ring Shout, Where Wildflowers Go, Something in the Water, and Kiss the Girl. Number 19. If you could instantly finish one book immediately, which would it be? It'll probably be this one because I heard that it's slow to start. So that's why I've been like stalling on it. And look, we'll get through it. But I think this one, I just want to know what happens in it. Number 20. Tag 3 bookish content creators to do this tag next. Tearing through those pages, tearing pages, or something like tearing up the pages. Her, Reading Over Reality, if you have time. Rhonda, she's new. She's one of the newer ones. And Bookish Burger, or something like that. Bookish Burger. I just found her last week, and her content is just chef's kiss. And rate your reading out of 10 this year. So my reading from 10 is just like a... My reading here has been mid, y'all. I have been mid with my reading. So I have not been picking out good books for myself. But I'll say so far, I'll say it's like probably about a 6. I could do better. Yep. So that is it. Thank you guys for watching and hanging out with me. Y'all have a good rest of y'all day. Like, comment, and subscribe to my channel. And do the tag. I want to tag everybody. If you haven't done this tag before, feel welcome to do it, and I'll put the questions in the description.